Well, good damn afternoon, Americans. Jericho Green here with you once again. Visible signs of aging only get worse as we age because of a decrease in our naturally produced collagen levels. Every decade, our skin suffers from a 10% decrease in its available collagen supply, as well as a decrease in quality. That means you have lost 30% of your collagen that your body used to be able to produce naturally by the time you are 45, which is why you have to start supplementing collagen if you want to keep your youthful glow. In the next minute, I'm going to tell you how anyone can reduce visible signs of aging quickly and easily after years of searching. The closest thing I found to a modern day fountain of youth is called collagen. Collagen rejuvenates and renews your skin from the inside out with 5 supercharged types of collagen your body needs for youthful skin. By boosting your collagen levels with multi-collagen, you'll help restore your skin's elasticity, thickness while reducing the appearance of wrinkles. Try it today. Risk-free for 60 days and for up to 51% off, click the link below in the description box or visit healthwithjericho.com. After placing your order, they will deliver straight to your doorstep, along with a few added bonuses. Who doesn't like an added bonus? A good added bonus, not like you took a girl home and then you reached down and you felt something else. Not that kind of bonus. Nobody likes those. What's going on, everybody? C4 Duke, Miss Pepsi Girl, and I are both popping that super chat cherry at the same time. Good looking out. You've retained your crown. Shout out to everybody in the comment section. I see you. I hear you. I feel you. Wasn't that what, what's her name? Celine Dion? Celine Dion. What she said in the Titanic song? I see you. I feel you. That song was everywhere, man. I was so sick of that song. I was like, what, 97? That song was everywhere. It was played on every channel. Couldn't get away from that shit. Big ballad. If you've never heard the Titanic song by Celine Dion, then I recommend give it a shot. It's a big ballad. It's the kind of song that women sing in the car by themselves, really loud. Great song. A little overused. Great song. Shout out to Erica by Da Vinci. Thank you very much for the 50. Your thumbnails are undoubtedly the stuff of legends. Well, you know, Erica by Da Vinci. I try. I do put a lot of thought into my titles and my thumbnails. I'm glad that it's not going unnoticed. I'm glad that you guys are here to validate me. Thank you, Erica by Da Vinci, for giving me validation. But I do take it very seriously. I try to pick good ones in. I think today was a good one. Disgusting, but it's a good one. Ranson Shan, thank you. I got 2 words for you. Hey, this isn't the mall. Wait a minute. Hey, this isn't the... Yeah, 2. You got it, Sloppy Joe. 2 words. Thank you very much. Yeah, speaking of the thumbnail, let's talk about it. So the thumbnail today is... what's that crazy, mentally unstable piece of shit? What's her name? His name? Its name? Oh, Rachel Levine. That's the head of some part of the health department. That is in charge of the health department. Okay. But the reason I picked that picture is because Rachel Levine is living her truth as a Ku Klux Trans member. Is born a dude, but lives like a lady. So now under the Biden administration, and this is not new, but you would think with such an inclusive and uniting administration, you would think with an administration having one of its number 1 goals, I'd say this is 1A, right? If not 1A, not quite 2. It's very important to them. Equity, diversity, inclusion, all those words that make them rub themselves to climax every day. So you would think that somebody whose administration is focused on this kind of stuff, they would do away with an archaic law or rule such as this. But now, you know how, fellas, I'm talking to you. Ladies, you don't know how this feels. And Good, because I don't want women being drafted to fight. I don't want women on the battlefield. There, I said it. Now, if you're a medic or something and you're helping out, it's one thing. I don't want women taking rifles, firearms, and going into battle. Just don't. It's man stuff. But, fellas, you remember when you turned 18, you got something in the mail. It's called a draft card. And you had to fill it out. So if shit hits the fan and they need young bodies between the ages of 18 and 25 to go somewhere foreign and fight and possibly die, we need to know where you are. We need to know that we can count on you. So you have to fill out your draft card. Now, I know somebody whose son's draft card came in the mail and they tossed it, and that caused some issues later on in life because that's something you have to do. You got to fill out your draft card. So normally, fellas, you got to do it. Ladies, you don't have to. But with diversity and inclusion and equity and all that shit that makes me want to throw up, they would do away with this. So now you would think they would have it to where women can do it too. But that's not the case. Because no matter what horse shit they try to feed us, no matter what kind of smoke they try to blow up our asses, we know definitely, but it's obvious they know that it's bullshit. Because if trans women were women and if trans men were men, then you would make those trans men sign up for the draft, but they're not. But guess what, trans ladies? Guess what, ladies with a little something extra? Guess what, ladies that got something hanging in the front? You still got to sign up for the draft. So all of this shit about boys can be girls and girls can be boys and men can put their big ass size 12s in some stirrups and go and deliver a baby. And when the baby comes out, waiting for its first meal, you can stick your big hairy tit in their mouth because men can have beanies. But just because they say that shit does not mean that they mean that shit. Obviously, because they're telling Ku Klux Trans women that, nah, you're still a dude. Under all that, search through it. Oh, there it is. There it is. You're a guy, sign up for the draft. But it's ma'am. Shut the fuck up, ma'am, and sign on the dotted line. Because if some other country starts tripping and we need you, you're going to have to get out there. You're gonna have to get out there. They don't mean that shit. That's just words. That's just shit that they tweet. They don't mean it. Oh, I love it, man. I fucking love it. They know it's some bullshit. Max Bang, love you, JG. JJ. Oh, hold on. That wasn't even for me. I thought that was a typo. You said that to JJ Finnegan? How dare you? But Max Bang's working the ER tonight. So I hope it's very uneventful. I hope it's unreasonably and unusually slow. I hope tonight, Max Bang, when you're working the ER, I hope that it's all shit that you guys can talk about in the break area and laugh. Like stuff that people have up their ass. I hope all your cases tonight, nothing violent, nothing the product of violence, nothing bad happening to kids or anything like that. No woman comes in beat up. I hope it's all people with stuff up their ass and a stupid story about how it got there. I hope this is the most fun and easiest shift you will ever have. I hope it's just, I remember reading a Reddit thread and it was doctors and nurses of the ER. What are some strange things that people had up their ass? Or what was their excuse? And this one guy said he came in there with a Barbie, a whole Barbie up his ass. And the Barbie's arms are in the air like this. And they asked him, how'd you do it? He said, oh, I was cleaning my daughter's room and I slipped and fell and the Barbie just went up my ass. Through your pants? Did you jump from the roof? How did that Barbie tear through your denim and get up all up in your crevice? Were you were you cleaning her room in the nude, which adds a whole nother layer of issues to this? It was so funny. Yeah, I slipped and I fell. I slipped and I fell in the kitchen and got a 12-inch cucumber up my ass. Happens all the time. Don't you guys stand your cucumbers up like this on the floor? Don't you guys stand up all your cucumbers and carrots at 12 o'clock on the kitchen floor? But I hope that's what it's all about tonight, Max Bang. Nothing bad, just funny. Just funny. Right? That's in the comment section. What kind of Barbie was that? And the arms like this? Hey, man, come on. Come on. Whew, oh, something else. I see we got another 50 in here somewhere, my friend. Hey, my friend. My friend, come here. My friend. So, little Oaxacas. Oaxacans. That's what you call them, the little short, dark-skinned Mexicans from Oaxaca. Hey, my friend. Brother, my friend. Blues. Hope you don't have any of those today, but thank you for the 50. Hey, my friend. Oh, man. Okay, guys. Let's go. Good gun. You know, here at Jericho Green Enterprises, we love the kids. And like normal love the kids, not 2022 love the kids. You know, not their kind of love the kids, but actually loving the kids. We love the kids here, man. We like to hear about them doing well. We like to hear about them ensuring their safety via firearms. And this story is a good one. So, hold up, put it in the full screen. Look at that. You don't know, that's the wrong end of the gun. Would-be burglars and shit. If you see that, you got problems, and you deserve it. Like this fella got 12-year-old Oklahoma girl shoots home intruder. Kendra St. Clair foiled a home invasion by shooting a 32-year-old man who had broken into her home. Well, hope you don't get to see 33. Just think for a second, guys. Just pause for a second. Think back when you were 12. You're a kid. All right? Yeah, that's right about, 6th, 7th grade. Things are happening. Shit popping up all over your face. 12 years old, you're a kid. Very much so. And a 32-year-old adult, 32, that's like 70 when you're 12 years old. A full-grown adult man. Who knows what his psychotic, possibly drug-addled eyes look like. The fear this girl felt. Well, she hit it well. A 12-year-old Oklahoma girl took extreme measures to protect herself when an unfamiliar man broke into her home last Wednesday. Now, I take umbrage with that. That's not extreme measures. That's perfect. That's the proper measure for the situation. Extreme. Extreme would be if she went and found her daddy's RPG under his bed and then blew up half the house. That's extreme. Grabbing a firearm and laying this fool down is par for the course. The girl who was home alone during a day off from school shot and wounded the home intruder. Wounded. Kendra St. Clair was home by herself when a man rang the doorbell to her Bryan County, Oklahoma home. She didn't answer, so the trespasser walked to the back of the house and kicked open a door. St. Clair called her mother, who advised her to grab the family's gun and hide. According to an interview she gave to local KFOR TV, authorities said that the girl found the gun and took shelter in the bathroom closet. We've seen this scene played out. Intruders in the house, a girl scared, or a woman. She's talking with a shaky, quiet voice as to alert the intruder to her position. She says, "I was sitting there in the closet, really scared, holding the gun, not knowing what was going to happen. Bryan County under Sheriff Ken Golden told KTEN that the intruder worked his way through the house and to the bathroom, and he was turning the doorknob to Sinclair's closet when she fired through the door. Good job, young lady. Don't give that piece of shit a chance. You know what he's coming in there to do. You know he's not supposed to be in your house. Give him the business through the door. The girl then called 911 for help. She was very brave. She stayed on the phone with the dispatcher the whole time, talked all the way through it, and was still on the phone with dispatch when we got into the house. The intruder, who KTEN says has been identified as 32-year-old Stacy Jones of Texarkana, was flown to a hospital in Plano, Texas. Jones survived the shot to his shoulder, and he has been charged with first-degree burglary. Damn it. So a little more to the left, sweetheart. About 6-8 inches to the left. St. Clair has been widely lauded as a hometown hero for her quick actions. Good. When I had the gun, I didn't think I was actually going to have to shoot somebody, St. Clair told ABC News. I think it's going to change me a whole lot, knowing that I can hold my head up high and nothing can hurt me anymore. Guys, good for you, young lady. Round of applause for Miss St. Clair. But I want to read that one more time. Just indulge me, guys. She says, I think it's going to change me a whole lot, knowing that I can hold my head up high and nothing can hurt me anymore. What do they call that word? Ugh. It's a C word. Not that C word. Oh, yeah. Confidence. That young lady now has confidence. She's not afraid. She knows when she's standing face to face with a demon, she will be able to raise that pistol and shoot truly. Good for you, young lady. I'm happy for you. That's good. That's what knowing how to use a firearm does to you. It gives you confidence, man or woman. But it's almost like the less confidence you have going into it, let's say it's your first time, the more confidence you're going to have when you come out of it. Imagine how scared that girl was. Beyond scared. What's the word? What's worse than scared? Frightened? She hears her door get kicked in. She calls her mother. And that's another layer to this fucked up Sunday. Let's put another, let's dig deep. Remember you go to Baskin Robbins or something, and they damn near put their whole arm in the bottom of that big old bucket of ice cream? Let's dig deep and put this scoop on it. How about how her mother felt being where she was, probably at work, on the phone, and her baby calls her and says somebody's in the house. Take Miss Sinclair's fear, the 12-year-old, and crank it up by about 100 million. That's how her mom felt. Helpless. What if something happens to my baby? What if she doesn't make it to the gun? What if she does make it to the gun and he takes it from her and shoots her? Imagine how long that drive to the house felt to that mother. And she pulls up, her daughter's in the front yard twirling that shit like Doc Holliday. I'll be your Huckleberry. She's like, oh shit, I raised a damn Annie Oakley up in this bitch. Good for you. I love the fact that she says I can hold my head up high and know that nothing can hurt me ever again. Confidence. Because if she's confident, she's going to present herself in a confident manner. So when a predator's looking for a victim, she's not going to be the one. Because she has draped herself in confidence. Ladies, get a gun. Get a gun that you can handle. Get a gun that you can carry on you and nobody knows. Get a gun in your house, especially if you live alone. Get a fucking gun. Learn how to use it. Second nature. I remember taking the front sight course. Everything we did was drawing from the holster. So you put your hand here, you draw from your holster. If you have a long shirt or a jacket, you take your thumb like this and you sweep it out of the way and you grab your firearm. But you always put this hand here. We did that shit so much that I found myself sleeping at night like this. I'd wake up and my hand would be on my chest where it's supposed to be when we were practicing. Get to that point. Get to that point where you're that confident with a gun. And I know it's intimidating. They're scary. You're scared when you first purchase a firearm. I had a level of fear when I got mine. I had shotguns many times, but they were shotguns. I had shot firearms many times, but they were somebody else's. In the military, somebody else's. This one was mine. There was not going to be anybody there to walk me through it and teach me. So I had to get that confidence myself. Do that shit. Fellas, yeah, I care about you too, but I'm talking to the ladies. Ooh, to the ladies, because self-defense is a vibe. Ooh. Ladies, get yourself a gun. It's the great equalizer. That was a 12-year-old girl. And that intruder wasn't shit to her. She shot his ass. Again, I wish it was 6 to 8 inches to the left or right, depending on what shoulder she hit him in. Do that shit, please. Make yourself safe. Take yourself out of the victim zone. You know, you like to put guys in the friend zone? I'll never forget that. Sorry. You know, you put guys in the friend zone? Get yourself out of the victim zone. Get a firearm, become proficient with it. So if something like that happens, you could be telling the cops the story instead of one of your neighbors telling the police the story because you're under a sheet in the driveway or in your living room. Andrea says, because you can't carry a baseball bat in your purse. Fuck that. Let's be honest. I mean, I know people say get a taser or get pepper spray. With pepper spray, if you're outside or you downwind, they can overpower you. And yes, they can overpower you with the gun, but you can shoot them while they're trying to overpower you. You can just react quickly, more quickly with a gun. It could be at the ready. You don't got to flip no switches, tasers. I don't know. I just go with the gun. Fuck that. Why mess around? Why leave them there twitching on the ground from a taser? I don't know. It's just guns just seem easier for me, more clean. But get weapons, ladies. Get firearms. Become proficient. Hell, John Wick it if you want to. But please protect yourselves. Because men, yes, we're bigger, we're stronger, we're faster. But you got that pistol. No man's faster than a speeding bullet. Only Superman, and he's not even real. Hydrate. I'm looking at 91 degrees today, people. But Jericho, you're damn near to mid-October. I know. We're going to the pumpkin patch next week, and it's probably going to be 85 degrees. Why? But there's a place near here in Sacramento. It's called the Fabulous 40. And it's this really high-end neighborhood, multi-million-dollar homes. But they got those really, really long streets that go on for miles. And they got the trees on both sides and the leaves. They fall and they're orange. And then Christmas, they put the lights up. You go out there with the hot cocoa. Where I used to live, there was a place called Candy Cane Lane. And I'm sure there's somewhere, there's places like that all the way around. Rance and Shan, still 102 in Arizona. See, that's unnecessary. But that's where the sun goes for winter vacation is Arizona. So it's called Candy Cane Lane, and 90% of the houses there decorate. I'm talking with animatronic shit. One house had a nutcracker. It must have been 20 feet tall, made out of sheet metal, and it moved and shit, and its eyes lit up. Like, people go all out. So that's how it was where we used to live. But now, this year, we're going to find a place that we can go to find that kind of place up here where we live now. And last year when we moved here the week before Christmas. So, you know, moving shit boxes, and then everybody got the sweet and sour sniffles. So, you know, kind of fucked everything up. They weren't really thinking about, you know, Christmas lights and stuff. But this year, we're going all out, people. We're going all out. So, the purple says going to be 40 degrees overnight in central Illinois. Nah. I mean, it'll get like that here soon, but not right now. No. We're looking at 91 today. Misanthrope says, I'm 6'1", 240, but I carry. I'm 45. Some of these young bucks are bad sons of bitches. Yeah, for sure. It's the great equalizer for everyone. And I don't blame you. I ain't got time to tussle. Because what happens? You go down, you get rendered unconscious. Who's to say that they're a gentleman and they're not going to stomp your brains out? Nah, I can't take that chance. Joe Kurt says, with a sword, no reload. True. I saw pictures. These 3 guys broke into a dude's house and he defended himself with a samurai sword. Yeah. So they had a lot of gashes, if you want to, flayed, open. It was bad. Yeah. It was all bad. So, people, oh man, the equality is just bottomless. It's endless. Look at all this equality. So today, I would like us to discuss. First, before I get started, shout out to Terrence Pop. I was on his YouTube channel last night. Shout out to Blake. That's the co-host, I guess. Very nice dudes, very professional, funny, had a great time. They sent me the link, so I'll get that up on the channel, on my channel really soon under community. I had a great time, man. I was with them for maybe, 2.5, 3 hours? I think it's closer to 3 hours. Talked about a lot of different shit. Pop, former Army Ranger, 33 years in the military, told some stories. I told a few. We had a good time, really good time. I hope those guys have me on there again, and I'll try to have them on my channel once I get going with having guests and shit. But it was a great time. I really like those dudes. I appreciate them having me on. Terrence Pop, P-O-P-P, is the name of the channel. Shout out to my man Blake too, running shit like a well-oiled machine. So yes, of course, we're going to talk about the Ku Klux Trans not getting that equality that they wanted. But wait a minute, I identify as, but let's be honest, your ass got to fight. Check this shit out. Chinese police. I know when you hear police, you think local, a town, a city, a parish. But when you think police, that's local. But there are Chinese policemen and women, I don't know what they do, but policemen from China in Canada and America. You got that right. There are Chinese police in our country and in America's hat. What the fuck? I was reading an article, and the reasons they give and where they are blew my mind. I learned, Pop told me that last night. And I was like, oh, I'm looking that shit up. Chinese police in Canada and right here in America. I'm sorry. I thought we had our own. Guess we need more. So Chinese police in America, I could not believe that shit. And Bidenus Pervertus, our grandpa in chief, Mr. Hey, this isn't the mall. Oof. He went on CNN. Enough said about that. Then there's this black teacher, this woman, who had some disparaging remarks about some of her male students. And people are getting all upset. Not me. I think what she said was 100% correct. But if you're not reading, if you're not singing from that Democrat plantation hymnal, me, then you're all bad. You're all kinds of sellouts and Uncle Toms and all this horrible shit because you are not thinking the way they think. You're not thinking like the hive. I have no problem with what she said. Sean Harris, you're right. Go Navy. And then she got close. Kamala, the Ugandan nightmare, the politician who went horizontal so her career could go vertical. She got close. And no, she wasn't playing a game of horseshoes or hand grenades because we know those are the only two cases where getting close matters. But can we give her a little bit of credit? She got close. Close to what? I'll tell you. Man, that Chinese police That shit really bothers me. I don't like that. And you can say it's hypocritical, but not really, because I didn't tell our government to go over in these other countries and impose anything on them. I don't want them to. But I know that America goes to other countries and we do shit over there. But can I be honest? Is this a safe space for honesty? Can I like be totally honest with you guys and like pour my heart out? I don't give a fuck. That's them. This is me. This is us here in America. I don't want any foreign entities having anything to do with the enforcement of our laws or rules. The ISO, the WEF, the WHO, and what other fucked up foreign acronyms are out there. I don't want you telling me shit. I am an American citizen. Fuck you. In English and whatever your native language is. Fuck you in that one too. You don't tell me shit. I'm at the top of the heap. I'm the big dog. What? That really bothers me. We'll get into that shit. But first, let's talk about what's happening to our Ku Klux Trans brothers and sisters. You guys thought that our federal government was really buying this Ku Klux Trans bullshit. You really thought and didn't? What was that? What was that stupid? We got too many days, okay? National this day, national that day, too much. But it was National Ku Klux Trans being noticed, look at me day or some shit. I lose track. There's too many. But Biden is pervertus. Our grandpa in chief, she's a bad mama jamma. Just as long as she's under 12. Anyway, he told them, he said, this administration has your back, Ku Klux Trans members. He has your back. They believe you. You are what you say they are. You are what you say you are. They are what we thought they were. They believe you. They honor you. They accept you. Right? Psych. That's what my brother would tell me. When he offered me something, I go to grab it, he pull it back. Psych. That's what my brother would tell me. That's what the federal government just did to you. She's a lady. Was that Tom Jones? They believe you. Except when it comes to real world official shit. Then you're a dude. But you said I was a nope. Pull your waistband out. Look down. You see a dick? Sign right here. Because trans women, which is a dude dressed up like a lady, they still have to sign up for the draft. So you fellas out there who aren't part of the Ku Klux Trans, you'll be standing next to them. Which end do the bullets come out of this thing? You're going to be standing next to them in battle. Shit. Damn it. That's right. That's going to be your war buddy. Somebody who could go change in both locker rooms. That's going to be your war buddy. You guys thought it was for real? You guys thought they believed you and really thought you were a woman? No. Because in reality, they don't think of you that way. They don't believe you. They know you're a little off. They know you're nuck and futz. Harry Chillhanger, thank you. So we are the U.S. American. Yes. You don't tell me nothing. That'd be like my kids marching into me and my wife's bedroom, hands on their hips, telling us how it's going to be. Don't be here when I'm done laughing. When your mother and I are done laughing hysterically with laughter tears pouring down our cheeks, don't be here. Because I'm going to throw you through the ceiling. Get the fuck out of my face. Kidding me? Okay, Klaus Schwab. America, you must do what we say, yeah? Man, you better shut the fuck up. Black Betty 7, thank you, miss. Finally catching you live. I'm glad. Hope you're not disappointed, Black Betty 7. Hope this isn't the last time you catch me live. Hope it's the first of many. But you know what? I'm going to continue down this path of sexism. I don't agree with women fighting in battle. I don't. If they're battle support, my mom was in the Army. She was a nurse. I'm sure she stitched up a soldier too. She held a hand. Great as far as combat support. But running and gunning, blood and guts, sweeping from building to building, fighting the enemy? No. No, I don't agree with that. I don't think women should sign up for the draft, and I don't think women should be in combat. Not just the way that it's going to affect the male soldiers, because we've been conditioned our whole lives for generations and generations and generations to protect women, to keep them safe. And they tried that, I believe, in the Civil War. They had women fighting. It was all bad. It destroyed the morale of the men. They lingered around the bodies all sad, the maimed and killed women. It fucked them up. I think women should be protected. That's what I think. That's why we got, women and the children first. Get them to safety first. Sean Harris, yeah, even Brittany Griner. She wants to be a man. She sounds like one. But if you tug those basketball shorts down, you're going to see a moose knuckle. It's going to look something like this. Okay? So if you have that, I know you feel, I know in your tattoos and your voice, oh, I wear Timberlands. I know. But as long as yep. Hey, come here, guys. What I look like to you there? Yeah, that's Clan. As long as that's the case, you get your ass back there with the children. Am I sexist? Am I an asshole? Jericho, you're a dick. Whatever. I'll still protect you. But I don't agree with that shit. So to have women fighting in combat is fucked up. You know what else is fucked up? Let me show you this, because I'm not dealing with this on my own. I'm sharing it with you. I saw this shit and it just made me mad. Shit pissed me off. Hold on. There we go. That's what it was. Come on, man. This is just disrespectful. This is disrespectful, and it's a shame that we have this. Hold on, where can I find pictures? How do you find pictures of this shit? Let me see. No, see, I pulled it up on my phone. The shit on the computer is different. I'll find it. Hold on. But it's the pictures of Ku Klux Trans soldiers in uniform. Like, that shit bothers me. I don't like the way that looks. It's disrespectful. Like, the military is not a place to work out your issues. It's not a place to deal with your demons. It's not a place to get your top surgery or whatever paid for. It's not a science experiment. United States military has a set of guidelines that you need to follow when you're in there and in order to get in there. That's why they have physical standards, mental standards, except for the Marine Corps. But there are standards. And you have to meet them. And to see And that shit was just weird. Hold on a second. I'll pull it up on something else. But that shit, it's just really weird. Hold on a second. Uh, I mean, maybe this will pull it up. But they had one. Who was it? This is the most famous one. I talked about him in a video not too long ago. But it was, I don't even know how to explain it. But to see them in their uniforms and they don't have like a split screen of them, how they used to look, and then what they look like now in their uniform, and just to be like that, to see a man dressed as wearing a female uniform. I'm trying to find the pictures here. That's what I'm scrolling through. Like this shit. This one right here. Look at that shit. That's a woman. Why are you dressed in a man's uniform? Rachel Levine, when you see his dumbass dressed like a woman and he's a man. This shit right here. That's a dude in a woman's uniform. Why? What the fuck? Why? Is nothing sacred? Can we have one institution that they don't permeate? What the fuck? That burned my damn biscuits, man. Look at this shit. Lieutenant Colonel Anastasia. What the? What? And now that's not the American military, but there are plenty of pictures where it is. Look at this. Shows that Germany. Germany, you lost your fucking mind. Look at that. Let me stop. This shit's making me sick. What the fuck was that? Man, that shit. I don't like that. I think there should be men and women in the United States military. That's it. You're transgender or something. You got to work that shit out somewhere else. But to see a man who grows his hair out wearing a woman's uniform is fucked up. And to see some woman dressed up like a man because she's taking her hormones and she got a little mustache here, dressed up in a men's uniform is fucking crazy. I don't understand how they advance the military's mission in any way. The military is to kill. We need to have you as mentally stable as possible. And if you're openly dressing and living like the opposite sex, you're not mentally stable. We can't help you. What the fuck, man? That was disgusting. Absolutely disgusting. What a shame. You want to dress like a woman and shit? You better do that shit off base. And we better not find out about it. We need to bring back shame. We need to have a giant closet and shove a bunch of people back in it. I don't care what you do in your private life, but the military ain't private. You should not be allowed to disgrace those uniforms like that. That is just weird to me. It is crazy and it's wrong. And it's disrespectful. How does the military do that? You got their medical records. You know that's a man. So why are you issuing him a skirt? You know that's a woman. You have her medical records. So why are you issuing her a men's uniform? Is she in the barracks with the men, or does she have to go with the barracks with the women at night and sleep and then come back and fucking play with the guys during the day? Man, that shit is gross. That's not the military I served in. Fuck no. Oh, hell no. I mean, that's just. That hurt my damn heart to see that shit. You enough. And then, what about the other soldiers and airmen and sailors and all that kind of shit? What about all that? How do they feel having to serve with these people? Nah, who cares about them? It's the needs of the few, not the many. 1 second, I'm writing something down I just thought of. Million. There you go. You guys ready for some anger blood? Because I got a drop or two for you. I got one. Let's see. Is it this one here? I think so. Hold on. We're getting there. Oh, you know what else is fucked up? To go back to a year or two ago and look at all the videos of the politicians and the check marks and the so Hollywood and all the shit, the celebrities and everything. Someone sent me a video yesterday of Mayor de Blasio of New York telling people how if you come and get the sweet and sour sniffle shot, if you come and get poked, you get a free hamburger and fries. Remember that? They're doing everything they could to convince us to do that shit. We'll give you free burgers. We care about your health, so we're going to give you hamburgers and French fries. Because that just makes sense. That just makes perfect sense. We care about your health, so eat this triple cheeseburger and fried potatoes. Because we love you. Fucking love you guys. We love you so much, we're going to help kill you. That's what real love is. I love you so much that I'm going to try and kill you. Well, I'm going to find this. I got this article here. That's not what's going to give you the anger blood. But we're getting there. Hold on. Come on, Instagram. Keep up. Keep up, Insta. Woo! There it is. Got it. Anger blood. Here we go. Let me share this screen with you guys. I love sharing. Sharing means caring. Remember who said that? Was it Barney? I love you. What happened to Barney? Look at this shit. Let me read that for you in case you can't. It says ICE issues smartphones to 255,602 illegal border crossers. Cost is $89.5 million a year. One more time. ICE issues smartphones to 255,602 illegal border crossers. Cost $89.5 million per year. Let me ask you guys this. Who pays your cell phone bill? Does the government say, no, your money's no good here? Your money's no good here. Let me take care of you. Do they do that? Yeah, probably not. Shout out to my man Oliver Mack. Isn't that nice? Who knocks out your cell phone bill? Just let me know in the comment section. Just put me if it's you. Who pays your cell phone bill? I know I pay mine. Ours. I pay my family's cell phone bill. Oh, but that's right. See, what happened was you and I were born here, so we don't get shit. But if you're not born here and you sneak across and you steal your slice of the American pie, that's when you just kick your feet up and chill. When illegals come over here, they just go like this. Just have your hands out. Because we're going to fill them. Matter of fact, just like trick-or-treating. What do you do when your kids go to trick-or-treat and they hold their bag out? And then strangers just dump shit in their bag, dump candy in there. So I think that's what the illegals should do. They just come over here with their little pillowcase or something. Here we go. Got a cell phone in there, keys to an apartment. Isn't that nice? None the miser, 81 million free minutes. You're not saying that he didn't actually, that there's no way 81 million. Oh, I see what you're saying. I get it. And of course, guys, $89.5 million ain't shit. Government spends that while they're sleeping in a minute. But you add it up, turns into billions. And we're just fucking, hey, what do you want? What do you need? Cell phone? Nah, don't worry about it. You got one? Throw it in the trash. Got a brand new cell phone. And you know they don't give no bullshit. You know they don't give no bullshit phone. They don't got no flip phone. They probably got iPhones. You know they give fucking iPhones. Why not? It's easy to spend other people's money. Who 346 tax revolt. You know, speaking of tax, I can't remember where I heard this, but if we had to write the government, state, and local a check for our taxes, instead of just receiving what's left, gross versus net, instead of just receiving what's left over, if we had to sit down at the end of the year and cut a check for the government, and if you own a business, you've done that. But if we had to do that, that would change a lot, because you sit there and think, I have all this money and I got to write you how much? Because then people would start saying, well, where the fuck is it going? That's when you got to cut the lights on, like after school dance. It's been dark all the time. Cut the lights on. Now you see what you've been dancing with all night. Cut the lights on. See? Waste here, pork here, waste. That would happen. Grand Champ Pro says, it's not white privilege anymore. It's illegal privilege. That's right. Psych. You guys got screwed. You were born here? Hey, Montgomery, bend over. Grab your ankles tight. I'm about to put it in. It's fucked up. So let's talk about these damn Chinese police in fucking Canada and America. What the fuck? Why is this dude twirling like that on the subway? People make me sick. How are we going to defend ourselves when all the guys are a bunch of weenies? Huh? How are we going to defend ourselves when every guy in America, when they're trying to turn every guy in America to the kind of guy, like, fellas, when you shake his hand, his knuckles pop? That's what they're trying to turn our country into. A bunch of guys whose knuckles pop when you give them a firm handshake. Jeez Louise. Okay, hold on. Let me cross all these boxes. What's this little fucker talking about? Look at that. You thought you didn't have to shit your pants. Look at this. Why is an ad for Gavin Newsom for governor on the New York Post page? He's the governor of California, not New York. Weird. It's so weird. You're the governor of California, but got ads in New York Post. Okay. China has opened police stations in U.S. and Canada to monitor Chinese citizens. I thought our law enforcement could monitor the citizens. It says China has opened dozens of overseas police service stations around the globe to monitor its citizens living abroad, including one location in New York City and 3 in Toronto. Right up north. Oh, damn it. There we go. These operations eschew official bilateral police and judicial cooperation and violate the international rule of law and may violate the territorial integrity in third countries involved in setting up a parallel policing mechanism using illegal methods, reads a report by Safeguard Defenders, a human rights watchdog released earlier this month. The report titled 110 Overseas Chinese Transnational Policing Gone Wild details China's extensive efforts to combat, quote, fraud by its citizens living overseas, in part by opening several police stations on 5 continents that have assisted Chinese authorities in, quote, carrying out policing operations on foreign soil. So you're glorified ambassadors. Don't we already have a Chinese embassy? Why do you need to set up police stations? Europe is home to most of the police stations, with locations spread across the continent in places such as London, Amsterdam, Prague, Budapest, Athens, Paris, Madrid, and Frankfurt. North America is also home to 4 of the stations, 3 locations in Toronto and 1 in New York City. In all, there are 54 such stations in 30 different countries. I don't understand why the fuck we need a Chinese police station. The report details how China has attempted to combat the growing issue of fraud and telecommunication fraud by Chinese nationals living abroad, running operations that have resulted in 230,000 Chinese nationals being, quote, persuaded to return to China, quote, voluntarily over the last year to face criminal prosecution. So you sent Chinese police over here to ask Chinese citizens who are breaking the law to come back home? Why is this allowed? Fuck Canada. That's not our country. But why is that allowed? Talk to your embassy or fuck off. We're not allowing Chinese law enforcement to come here. Is this a movie? So we're letting you set up a police station here, of course in New York, of course in a liberal festering wound like New York. Why is that even allowed? Tell them no. So you're allowed to set up police stations and buy up our farmland, and you're our enemy. Good job, federal government. The Chinese government has claimed that the stations provide vital services to its citizens living abroad, though the report notes that many of the services are those that would be traditionally carried out by an overseas embassy that we already have. Instead, the report argues that the stations have been used to enhance China's overseas law enforcement capabilities in possible violation of international law. We don't need your help. We can keep up on the violations of international law ourselves. Our government's already too big. I'm sure there's some kind of committee or board set up to deal with that shit. But China, they're just coming to help. The Chinese government has claimed that the stations provide vital services to its citizens living abroad. Vital. Like what? We don't have enough air, fresh air, and water and food here? What vital things are you helping them with living abroad? The report also outlines the potential human rights abuses associated with the stations, including using harassment and intimidation methods, such as threatening the family members of the overseas citizen. The stations have also served as centers to spread Chinese government propaganda and monitor the behavior and opinions of Chinese nationals. So you're allowing them to plant their fucking communism here. When your citizens are here, they follow our rules. If you want them to follow your rules, then take them home. You don't let one of your kids' friends spend the night, and then their parents get to come over and tell them the rules and how they're supposed to behave at your house. If you don't like my rules here, then take your fucking kid home. But as long as they're under this roof, these are our rules. As long as we're not putting them in a dangerous, unsafe situation, you can pick them up in the morning, come over here and tell me what to do. And of course, they're going to have all kinds of complaints and violations because their laws and rules are not ours. You're not allowed to intimidate witnesses and threaten their family here because we're what? Civilized. How the fuck is this allowed? This is in New York City. New York City? This isn't Podunk, USA. This isn't shit kick one stoplight, USA. This is New York City, the biggest city we have, and you're allowing Chinese police to come here and enforce Chinese law. That is the dumbest shit I've heard all day long. And the day's not even over. What the fuck is that? Chinese police in America. Huh. Help me make that make sense. Can anybody do that for me? Stephanie Kerr. Yes. Who okayed this mess? I see AOC in there. Eric Adams is his city. He had to know. Twilight Zone. Ron Rodriguez, thank you for the Hamilton. He says, is China letting our police work in their country? Probably not. And nor would we want them to. How weird would that be to send local police to China to oversee the behavior of Americans that are living abroad? How would the Americans feel? Fuck you. I don't need you here watching over me. Get out of here. Wow, man. That shit is weird. China, what? Why? And, you know, a little bit, I do blame Canada for that, although it's not our country, it's right next door. You're allowing our enemy on the world stage to plant seeds in your country and put down roots in your country, and it's right next door to us. And really, Canada is like an America substation because they're damn near the whole economy is dependent on us. I'm sure we could have had some influence on that. I'm sure if our grandpa in chief could pull himself away from that fresh batch of butterscotch pudding, he could have put in a phone call to the weakest world leader there is. Fidel Castro's son, his love child. Fucking idiots. Earl Jenkins, thank you. De Opresso Liber. Keep up the great work. Been listening since day one. Go Army. See, I knew you had to end it with something. A little jab there. That's fine, Earl Jenkins. I'll still thank you for your service. And I see your Army and raise you the world's finest Navy. Go Navy. Take that. Take that, Earl. That's un-American. Again, more un-American foreign shit. We don't allow other countries to have their police here. For what? We have our own. Oh, they're just watching out for scam artists and, you know, them doing international crimes. Then watch from China. The internet works all around the world. Monitor them from China. Why do we need to allow you to put people on the ground here? Don't like it. Brian King B. Falcon, we the people are pissed off. What the fuck, man? Ingrid De La Rosa, beta rules, something. That's just, I don't even know how to feel about it because I never felt this before. Foreign nationals, foreign law enforcement? Bro, come on. New York, you better run all those pieces of shit out of your state come midterms. Because they're shit's weird, man. Shit is so weird. So, this teacher, right? This is a good one. So his teacher, let me find this wonderful woman's Instagram. Or I think I posted on my Instagram. A wonderful lady. Maryland. So you know it's gonna be some bullshit. All right, let's do it. Share this bitch. Merlin. If you're from there, it's Maryland.
Teacher landing her in hot water, but some are defending the remarks that she posted online.
Fox 5 Stephanie Ramirez live outside of the Prince George's County School Board headquarters with a breakdown of what is happening. Steph?
Hey, Marina, Jim, so those on social media identified this teacher as Bianca Robinson. Now, when we asked the Prince George's County Public School spokesperson about her, we were told she is a substitute who has now been removed from the classroom at District Heights Elementary School. We want to show you some of the tweet that landed her in that hot water here. It was posted to Twitter last Thursday under the account @mostly_hated. It says, "Black women raising boys, please stop letting your sons pick up your female traits. I have an expletive boys in my class. I know you'll have some men around somewhere. This expletive is getting ridiculous." Now, this comment got some quick reactions when I showed it to some parents in person today.
It's not with that type of behavior.
Honestly, with a lot of the way teachers are, a lot of them do teach like they just don't say it.
She could have said, like, put them in male mentoring programs,
because those work.
like that. But for her to just come off and say something like that, it's just atrocious.
Now, online, a number of comments were defending Robinson, some essentially arguing she's a victim of cancel culture. Those upset with the substitute also flagged other questionable
Controversial comments from a Prince George's County teacher.
Guys, I don't have a problem with what that woman said. That's 100% correct. That is 100% correct. Man, what the fuck? I hate when it does this shit. It's 100% right. Ladies, stop raising these damn boys and giving them your feminine traits. That's how life works. You ever heard of osmosis? You ever had a marinated piece of meat? Whatever you submerge or cover that meat in, that's what it's going to taste like. So if you submerge these boys, surround these boys, drown these boys in estrogen, what do you think's going to happen to them? They're going to pick up feminine traits. They're going to be emotional. That's why you got them flying off the handle, doing all kinds of crazy violent shit for the smallest infraction, for the smallest slight. Because they have feminine emotions, but the body of a man or boy. So the strength of a boy or a man, but the emotions of a woman. That just doesn't mix. That just doesn't work. It just doesn't. So what she said, I know you got some men around there somewhere. Get them around those men so they can teach these boys how to be men. She said, I got a bunch of whiny bitches in my class. Some people are saying, well, she shouldn't have said it like that. Hey, if that's her private account, she can say whatever the fuck she wants. It's her private account. Private. And they're just mad because it's true. They had one dude in there, and he was a I think he was a teacher. The rest of them are women. She shouldn't have said that. They didn't like the way it sounded. It's going to hurt their feelings. Fuck your feelings. That's the problem. You got too many of them. You got too many feelings that you're in touch with. Now, am I saying men should bury their emotions and die young because they never dealt with them? No, but that's what happens. But you can't be no whiny little punk, man. Get away from your mama. Get away from the Nims. The mama Nim, grandma Nim, auntie and Nim. They're fucking you up. Kids need their father, especially boys. Who's going to teach you how to be a man? Your mom can't. She might think she can. She can read books. She can talk to people. She can look at YouTube videos. She can't teach you how to be a man. She doesn't understand you. And once he's 12 and older, what the fuck are you going to do? What are you going to do? You can't stop him. Ass whoopings don't hurt. You need that male energy. You need that father to come in and mark his territory so that young buck knows, oh, I can't fuck around in here. Are you going to grab him by the front of his shirt and lift him off the ground and slam him against the wall? No, but dad will. Are you going to punch him so hard in his chest that his heart stops for a second? No, but his dad will. Can you go, hey, and a little bit of piss comes out? No, but dad can. When I heard my dad coming down the hall, that did something to me. And I'm not saying women can't discipline and they can't raise boys. And yes, there are some women that raise good men, but you didn't teach them how to be men. You got lucky. And teaching him how to be a man is not all about discipline. It's watching your father, how he interacts with people, how he does things. Most of it is from watching. As a kid going places with my dad, I knew how men interacted from watching. I knew what a handshake meant. I knew how to treat a woman. I knew how to provide because I saw my dad doing that. And the kids don't even realize they're learning. You're just watching. If you show up, if you know somebody who fucking carves wood, and you show up every day, 7 days a week for 18 years, and you stand over their shoulder and watch them. And on your 18th birthday, they turn around and hand you the tool and say, you do it. You're going to be a master because you've been watching, you've been studying at their feet for 18 years. Now, you're not going to be great at it at first, but in a little bit of time, a very short amount of time, you'll be doing that same shit. Because you're watching. Moms can't teach you how to be a man. Moms can't strike that kind of fear in you. Can they strike fear? Yes. Yes, they can. But they can strike mom fear. That's not dad fear. Your father's presence, his size, his voice. Those are things a woman can't duplicate. And if you're a single mother and you were thrust into that situation, I have sympathy for you. But if you put yourself in that situation, you fuck some sorry dude, and put yourself in that situation, or you ran that man off, I don't feel sorry for you. You're a bitch. And you're the reason we're dealing with this shit in the first place. Something else we were talking about on Pop's channel last night. The numbers. The chances of you having a fucked up life when you come from a single parent home is astronomical. I'm talking 70% and up. That's not, oh, you might. That's, yeah, you're going to. 7 out of 10, 8 out of 10, 9 out of 10 juvenile offenders, victim of sexual assault, inmates. 70 to 90% of those groups of people came from single parent homes. If somebody told you, if you step out of your front door on Tuesday, you are going to get struck by lightning. Guess who's going to be in the house looking through the blinds like this on Tuesday? Because you're not going to go outside because 70% is too fucking high. That's damn near guaranteed. 80%, there's an 80% chance. I ain't doing it. 90%, 90%. You still gonna do it? Fuck no, you're not. That's how it is. 70% of runaways came from single parent homes. 80% of juvenile delinquents came from single parent homes. 90% of adult inmates. You know how that ends. Creole lady, Pop is very wise, very funny too. And so is Blake. But the numbers, the chances of you living in poverty, that's some shit that affects you when you're out of the house. Oh, yes. Daddy issues are gonna stick with you. Till when? You're 30, you're 40, you're 50? No, they stick with you until you die. They stick with you until you no longer need oxygen. That's how long those issues stick with you. Now, are there people who can dodge those odds and make it past them? Yes. But you are few and far between. Chances are you're fucked. Hydrate. That's all that lady was saying. And she's been fired? Why? You need more teachers like that who want to get rid of these estrogen-soaked boys. You ever gone outside in the rain? I mean, pouring rain. And you come inside, you are soaking wet. That is the estrogen on these boys. At home, women. People coming over, women. Sounds great when you're like a young man. All these women. Give me your women. How much for your daughter? Remember that part from Blues Brothers when he was in the restaurant trying to get him to quit his job as maitre d'? How much for the women, the little girl? Oh, that's funny. But I don't understand when the truth became taboo. I don't get it. That is a fact. Get a father around these boys, and if you miss that train and you fucked up and his dad's not around, uncle, cousin, somebody. They need male influence. They need it. Not want, they need it. Oxygen, water, father figure. It's that important. Streets are full of them who didn't get that. There's little knuckleheads sticking guns in people's faces and gunning each other down like their lives don't mean shit. Where do you think they came from? Anywho, Hunter Biden's laptop. Where you been? You been getting serviced? Thank you. I'm always soaked in Parmesan cheese and some white creamy substance. Well, Hunter Biden's laptop, I hope you're sitting down. That is not estrogen. Okay, the first one, that's what you call crack cocaine. All right. Second one, ugh. Second one's gross, man. Second one has life in it. I'll leave it at that. Brian King be fucking. I let my son know all the time he came out of my sack. All right. That's one way to do it. Nobody's perfect. Nobody's perfect. But people, he's there. He's there. Due back 1975. Yeah, we got jacked up by the nuns. I want to watch that movie with my kids. That's one of my favorite movies of all time is The Blues Brothers. That scene where they're standing outside of the club and they're all, the whole band's piling in the cars and they're leaving. And I think it was Donald Duck Dunn. He said, well, if the shoe fits, what did he say? If the shoe fits, wear it. Move over, goddammit. That's one of my favorite parts. And then when they go to the neighborhood, that black neighborhood in Chicago, and Ray Charles has a music store and he's blind and they perform with him. Man, that movie, that's probably the only musical. Blues Brothers is a musical for sure. That's the only musical I like. But the Blues Brothers is the shit. That is the funniest shit ever. So I think I'm going to watch it with my kids. The only thing is I'm trying to remember, are there any titty parts? I know there's language, but it's not super bad. There's language, but I don't think there's any titties. Remember, who was that? What's her name? Who played his ex-girlfriend who was chasing him through the whole movie? Why can't I think of her name? Princess Leia. I don't know why I can't think of her name. But wasn't that the lady who played Princess Leia who played his girlfriend? His ex-girlfriend in that movie that he left at the altar for a gig. He finds her, she finds him Carrie Fisher, thank you. She finds him at the end and he fucking puts the charms on her again and he's kissing her. And then he just drops her in the mud and fucking leaves. That's the coldest shit. That's it. I've decided. I'm watching that movie with the kids. So you guys ready? You guys ready to hear some bullshit? We'll end it on this note. We'll end it on a bullshit note. We'll end it on a big old steaming pile of federal bullshit. Little bastard. Again, I don't think they're not even talking to us. And by us, I mean those who aren't stupid. They're not talking to us when they say the shit that you're about to hear. That's not to us. No fucking way. Because we're not that stupid. But there are a subsect of our society that are that stupid. And it spans all colors and all groups and all that shit, all the boxes they want to keep us in. It spans them all. These ignorant sons of bitches come in all colors and flavors. But when they say shit like this, they're not talking to us. So don't be offended. I used to get offended. I used to think, how stupid do you think I am? How can you tell me these fucking lies and think that I'm going to believe them? But then I realized, you can't be talking to me. Some bitch. Hold on. Where's the damn sound? Boy, I'm telling you, these computers piss me off. Son of a bitch. Where's the damn volume? Oh, this is pissing me off. All right, fuck this. We'll do it this way. Because, I mean, you really only need the audio. You don't want to look at his face. You don't want to look at that fucking hound dog face, son of a bitch. Hold on. Here we go.
Democratic voters approve of the job
Biden
you're doing.
CNN
Democratic
interview.
voters overwhelmingly like you. But one poll shows that almost 2/3 of Democratic voters want a new nominee in 2024. And the top reason they gave was your age. So what's your message to Democrats who like you, who like what you've done, but are concerned about your age and the demands of the job?
Well, they're concerned about whether or not I get anything done. Look what I've gotten done. Name me a president in recent history who's gotten as much done as I have in the first 2 years. Not a joke. You may not like what I got done, but the vast majority of the American people do like what I got done. And so it's a matter of, can you do the job? And I believe I can do the job. I've been able to do the job. I've gotten more done. I got the Inflation Reduction. I got all these pieces of legislation passed. And I ran on that. I said this is what I was going to do. I'm still getting it done. We've got, dealing with, making sure that veterans get compensated for the burn pits, making sure that we're in a situation where we finally have action on guns. And by the way, I'm going to get this assault weapons ban. Before this is over, I'm going to get that again. Not a joke. And watch. And so I just think there's it's a matter of, has anybody done
Not
more
a joke
in the first 2 years of the administration for a guy who they've been saying this about my age since I began to run.
Mm-hmm.
And so, will you come work out with me in the mornings?
Anytime. The big question, of course, is when you're going to make an official announcement about what vote.
Come work out with me in the morning. I go in a big gymnasium. They release a few 7-year-olds and I chase them down. Gets the heart rate going. He said the vast majority of the American people like what I've done. The vast majority. That's a fucking lie. He said, I got the Inflation Reduct. He didn't even finish it. He said, I got the Inflation Reduct. What's an Inflation Reduct? You forgot half of the rest of that word and a whole nother word. It's the Inflation Reduction Act. And he said it's the inflation. I got the Inflation Reduct. Where's the Shun Act? Reduction Act, Sloppy Joe, not inflation. I got the Inflation Reduct. What more do you want? You ever seen anybody else get a inflation reduct? Huh? That's right, Tammy. Play. I got an inflation reduct. What is that? Yeah, Mike Herrera, 31 trillion. That's the only number that matters, you old bastard. I got an inflation reduct. I got an inflation reduct. Who has two thumbs and got an inflation reduct? This guy did. You're right, Kai Johnson from the UK. He said, at least he rid-a-din-din deficit. Think about what you think about. Rid-a-din-din deficit and an inflation reduct. Yeah! I got an inflation reduct. I got an inflation reduct. Nobody else has ever done that. Hunter Biden's laptop. Again, thank you. I've seen that old man before. Some Ukrainian Chippendales were peeing on him. It just makes it worse that they're Ukrainian Chippendales. They got that Eastern European piss. Oh, gross. Heidi Booth, how could you? How could a delicate flower type such words? She said, you think Jill still sucks him off? Oof. That's a tall order. I don't know. If she does, she definitely dresses like a schoolgirl first. It's the only way it can get it up. Damn it, Jill. You're just too old. I can't get it hard anymore. I got an inflation reduct. I got an inflation reduct. Fuck it, she married him. And then wasn't he cheating with her or something like that? Something fucked up happened at the beginning. They're all disgusting, really. But yeah, man, when life gets you down, man, and you just can't see how it's going to get better, or you see yourself in a bad light, you think you're doing something wrong, you think you're a bad person, just know that at least you can finish your sentences and your words. Just think inflation reduct. Rin-a-din-din deficit. Thank you, Heidi Booth. She saw the error in her ways. OMG. Ha 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 ha. I know you guys. So inappropriate. You knew that. You knew it and typed it anyway, Heidi? Matt Coolidge, one of my favorites. Leave Britney alone. I want to go back to those days. Can we go back to when that video came out? What was that, like 2009 or 10? Please take me back. I'd love to go back to 2010. Wouldn't that be awesome? Just think, you could lay down in your bed right now and just be teleported back to 2010. And imagine being able to tell them, to tell the people back in 2010 what's going to happen. They would not believe you. Honestly, if you told them who was at 1600 Pennsylvania Avenue, if you tell them what Hollywood, the mainstream mediocres and the media and academia and all that, you tell all the shit they're pushing, all the shit they tell us to be true now, and in our whole life wasn't, and we knew it wasn't. We still know it's not. Man, that would be awesome. But they wouldn't believe you. No way. They wouldn't believe you. Matthew Coolidge says, damn, no, I was living in my truck. All right. Around 2010. How's that, Matthew? Just those times. Careless, 1993. I'll take either one. Let's go back to 93. I have no problem with 1993. I was 13 years old. Life was good. No worries, no responsibilities. But if you could go back in time to 2010 and tell people what's happening now, only 12 years later, they wouldn't believe it. You'd be locked up. You'd be locked up. Dale Mestis says, I graduated in 93. So you're a little older than me. Wild shit, man. So take that. Just know that no other president has gotten what done in this point in their administration that he has. He's done. The vast majority of your countrymen think he's doing a great job, and you're the one with the problem. If you don't think he's doing great, you're the problem, not him. He's doing awesome. You just don't realize it. So stop hating on him, okay? Stop hating. Start appreciating. Stephanie Kerr, thank you. In all reality, it's Obama with a 32% approval. Yeah. If it was actually Biden's pervertus, it would be like 6% approval. And I think you get that just for filling your name out. All right, you guys want one more? Okay, one more drop of anger blood. One more. And who better to deliver it than his number two? Well, actually, it's America's number two. Kamala is truly America's number two. And not a smooth number two, like you got to strain. You're putting scratch marks in the wall by the toilet. She's that kind of number two for America. Let's see if the fucking volume will play on this one. How do I make the page go up and down so I can see the little volume button and turn it on? I don't get it. Oh, well, fuck it. Let's do it from here again.
I can watch.
So here is Homegirl.
And I truly believe that.
Hold on, shut up, idiot.
Truly, when you see our kids, and I truly believe that they are our children. They are the children of our country, of our communities. I mean, our future is really bright if we prioritize them, and therefore prioritize the climate crisis and the need to address.
Oh, I'm glad it cut off there because I was just about to throw up on my desk. They're our kids and the kids of the community. So we need to prioritize climate change. What the fuck are you talking about? What does that have to do with our kids? And she don't have any kids. So it sounds weird coming from her. She don't have no kids. Of course, you don't have to have kids to care about kids. But they're not kids of the community. That sounds weird. Those are my kids, all right? I definitely don't want your weird ass around them. Fucking demon. Who knows what you would have done to your husband's kid if she was little when you hooked up with him? Ah, mom, you're not a fucking mom. That girl was damn near an adult when you met her. You don't do shit with her. She just happened, the dude you chose to be your eunuch just happened to have a kid. So somebody said, Jericho, use your keyboard. All right, I'll try it. Ooh, see, it's moving that part up, but I need it to move this part up. There it is. You were right. Guys, I can't stress to you how little I know about computers. You might think about giving me advice. You're like, no, he already knows. I'm not going to say it. No, I don't know. So say it. Boom. Who told me that? I'm like, use your keyboard, idiot. Damn it, I can't see. I lost the comment. But thank you, whoever said that. Use your keyboard. But what an empty-headed dummy. She has no conviction. She's an idiot. God, what a dumbass. I can't stand that woman. Our kids, they're kids of the country, kids of the community, and kids. Ugh, keep your kids away from her. Any of them. If they're in the federal government, just keep your fucking kids away from them for your kids' sake. Speaking of kids, I got to get with my beautiful wife and kids. Gonna kick it tonight. I'm about to upload it here. Let me upload that shit right.
I mean,
now.
truly, when you
shut up, woman. Let's see. I'm gonna upload it right now on my community page. Gonna share it from Gabe's channel tonight on Double Impact. It's going to be. We're talking about the Crow, Brandon Lee, R.I.P. I remember when Brandon Lee died. We found out about, and this is what, 94. So, no social media in the world. Word didn't get around the planet in 5 seconds like it does now. Hunter Biden's laptop, again, busy little laptop, aren't you? Let's stop that shit. There we go. I got 2 words. Tulsi is a gateway to the left. As an officer and politician, she visited, cried with, and took pictures with Antifa in Portland. Really? I didn't know that. Let me look into that woman before I give her too much support. I didn't know that. I'll check that out though. Thank you. Thank you for that tidbit. But thank you to everybody in the comment section. Thank you for your comments, your questions, your super chats, whatever you did. Thank you for it. Thank you for being here. There's 8 billion people in this world, and you're here with me. With me. Appreciate that. Tomorrow, I won't have a live stream. I won't be doing a live Friday or Saturday because we are out of town. My godson it's his homecoming, so I told him to come down to watch him play. That's right, Rome 13, 2 words. Man, I'm out. Yeah, we're going down there to visit. We're going to see my godson play. Try to see as many people as we can. We'll only be down there for a few days. There's never enough time to do everything you need to do, but we're going to try. So that's where I'll be tomorrow, Saturday. No live. I'll still try to do a video though to give you guys something. And then come back Monday, strong as ever. You know how it is on the weekend. All the wildest shit happens on the weekend. I set reminders on my phone. If I see something I want to talk about or something comes to mind, I'll put a reminder on my phone and I'll see shit and I'm just like, oh, I can't wait to talk about this on Monday. I'm in here on Monday chomping at the damn bit. Oh, man. It's sometimes I'm just like, well, should I do a live right now? I'm like, no. Wait. Brian King B. Falcon, eat your vegetables and say your prayers. That's right. True words have never been spoken by the Hulkster. Brother. I told you guys that story how I met Hulkster, Hulk Hogan. That shit was beautiful, man. Huge, huge fan of his as a kid. Just, who wasn't? What kid wasn't a big fan of Hulk Hogan? But yeah, great. That's what he always used to say. Say your prayers and eat your vitamins, brother. Mean Gene. Mean Gene Okerlund. RIP to him too. Anyway, guys, we're going all day about that shit. But thank you for being here. You're getting here with my beautiful wife and kids. Don't forget mygreengear.com, jerichogreen.net. Hit me on the Cash App, $ Jericho Green 1. And P.O. Box 806, Olivehurst, California, 95961-9998. And as you know, I'm getting myself away from PayPal. They left a bad taste in our mouths. They think, oh, no, we didn't do that on purpose. It was an accident. It's okay. No, it's not okay. Fuck you guys. So if you want to do it, Cash App, send it snail mail. Shout out to my man, Tim. He's sending something snail mail. So I really appreciate you guys. Have a good weekend. If you do something bad, name it after me. You know how it goes. I try to be done with the left, but they just won't let me. Please subscribe. Hit that notification bell because every time it rings, a piece of shit lefty cries. Utilize the Linktree link. Get your ass over to jerichogreen.net and mygreengear.com. I am Jericho Green. Man, I'm out.